All right, now it's recording. Very good. Okay, welcome everybody. We're starting our last block, right? So last quarter, we have spring break during this time, a couple things like that. So nice long break, and then it's the home stretch till the end of the school year. So hopefully you guys are all doing good, and we'll get through this. Hopefully you'll like this course. It's really good. It's very applicable to just life and in general. Hopefully you can jump on the Nearpod. I'm going to put the link in the chat once again. Let's see here. Got quite a few more on Nearpod. Hopefully more can join us. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here. All right. Okay, so those are Nearpod. This is what you should probably see right now. But the first thing I want to do is kind of just take a glance at the course real quick. Make sure you're all good there on here. So on the home screen of the course, as you can see right here, I post announcements every week. I just put the class recording here, just so you know, if you missed the class or something like that, you can always find it easily right here. If you go into class plan, I just wanted to show you what's going to be happening here throughout this block. Okay. So if you can see right here, we have every live class every Monday at 1:15. So make sure you jump on here. And then you have the assignments that what you'll be doing will be due on Friday. Okay. And so then I can put zeros in over the weekend so you can see if you know what you're missing and that kind of stuff. As we're kind of going through here, we do have spring break this week, so we won't be holding classes. They won't have anything due during that time. Good time to catch up if you may have got behind. And then the last day that we have is the 28th, which is the last day of school. Everything we have is kind of due before it. What kind of assignments will they be? Okay, so I'm going to show you that in just a second here. Okay, so if you go to content, which would happen right here, what you have is you have videos and quizzes that you'll be working on. Okay, I do not have them all set in here, but they're automatically graded, so you don't have to wait for me to go in and grade them. But they're all videos that are based upon the different aspects of personal finance. And they're videos, and we'll actually probably watch some today and kind of talk about them of what they are. The videos are anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, and then you have questions about let's say 2 to 10 questions, okay, that you'd have in the thing. And they're due on Fridays, yep. So if we get up here, we look the first week here, we have module 1 and module 2. So if we come right here, let me just go back to unit 1, where we're starting out at. You can see here we have module 1 and module 2. So it looks like you have 3 videos, 3 quizzes in this one, 2 videos and 2 quizzes on that one, okay? And so that's what's due for the week. And then next week is module 3 and module 4, so we'll be going to unit 2. And what we're going to be talking about in the class will correlate what you're going to be doing the videos and quizzes on. Okay. All right, so let's get over here to the Nearpod. Hopefully you can follow along and go from there. For those of you that just jumped in with me, I'm just going to shoot that Nearpod link in the chat so you can jump on and follow along here. Okay, so a couple things I need to say. This will be recorded just for learning purposes and kept up for those that need it. Some expectations we have in class, just make sure you're following along on the Nearpod or wherever we're going to. If you want to speak or something like that, you can just raise your hand. And then I don't always catch everything in the chat because sometimes the chat goes wild. I just can't keep up with it all. So if you raise your hand, I'll try to go back and kind of see what you have. Respond to like opportunities like the first time. So like in the Nearpod, if you can kind of get on there, There's not an away button on here, but if you can just tell me when you're not able to be around, then I kind of know. And then also use the chat tool appropriately. That you know, there's not really a lot of controversy in finance, um, but sometimes there might be some, some controversy that comes up, and that we don't want to belittle people and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So here's a little bit about me. My name is Mr. Hancock. This is my family. We like water, just like going to lakes, swimming, all that kind of stuff. That's what we do. So I got my wife. Her name's Christy, and then I got a 9-year-old daughter, Brooklyn, a 6-year-old named Kaysen, and my youngest is a 3-year-old named Kaylor. All right. Okay, there's my contact information if you need it. Okay. Call or text. Actually, text works the best if you're going to use that number. I don't always answer the phone all the time, just busy doing other stuff. Or you can always email me on there. Hey, so just so you're aware, you have to be a full-time student to do this, but there are 2 options for this class. If this is something you like, finance, learning about it, the business aspect of things, we do have a concurrent enrollment class that I teach through Dixie State. You will get 3 college credits for it. It does cost a little bit of money. It goes more into depth. It's a semester long. If you wanted to do that, let me know and I can kind of give you some more information. This class has already started because it's a semester class. So you'd probably be starting fall semester at Dixie State if you want to do the concurrent enrollment. There's a couple qualifications that you have to do in order to get into the class. So let me know and I'll kind of get you there. Okay, so somebody talked about concurrent enrollment. I'll try to get back to those in a second. Yeah, so what you can do if you'd like, if you take this class, right, you can get credit for it. And then what I do is when you take the concurrent enrollment class, some of the curriculum that's on it is embedded into the concurrent enrollment class, and I can just mark those off. So basically you're kind of starting the class now, and then I just kind of mark those off, and then you have to do the rest of the class to get credit. Yeah, I don't think you can do it freshman year, but I believe as probably a 10th grader you can. So email me a little bit about it, okay? So I think my email is on the previous slide, zhancock@utahvirtual.org, and then I'll get you in touch with the people that know more about it, because I'm not the expert on it. I just teach the class. So okay. All right, there's the 2 options. Okay, so passing the class, we kind of already talked about it. What you need to do, just the videos, quizzes. This one's more theory-based, while the other one's more applicable. The concurrent enrollment one is. Okay, all your grades are based off the quizzes, and you can actually take the quizzes as many times as you like. Okay, so if you don't get a good score on the first time, retake it, get your score up to where it needs to be. To pass the class, you need to at least get a 60 or above. If you want to get an A, you got to get in that 90 range. Okay, let's start talking about personal finance real quick. Okay, so personal finance is the financial management which an individual or family unit performs to budget, save, and spend monetary resources over time, taking into account the various financial risk and future life events. Okay, that's a lot for a brief definition. Okay, but there's a lot that goes into personal finance. Okay, the first part, what we're going to be talking about today, is more upon the emotional aspect of things. Okay, money is emotional. Let's just say that. Not money in general, but people are emotional, and we want things, right? We want food. We want a certain type of food, and all of them, those cost money and they're expensive. And there's some things like that. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to watch a little video. This will be part of your videos, so you can watch it, and then there's some questions that it asks in this video as we kind of go through here, okay? So if you're on the Nearpod, you may want to watch it yourself and answer those questions. And then for those that weren't able to jump on the Nearpod, because I know everybody can't do that all the time, we'll just kind of answer those here. So here we go. Okay, let's answer this first question here if you're following along. According to the video, money is what? Emotional, worthless, everything, logical. Let's take a second to answer that. And just so you know, you'll want to maybe take these down because this may be on your quiz. I like your comment there, Charlene. I have some great ideas, but I can't do anything because I don't have money, right? That's the first step, right? Is how can you get money in order to be able to get the things, accomplish your life's goals and stuff. Okay. May want to think about this because I said this a couple times and they said it in the video. According to the video, money is emotional, okay? Emotional. Okay, let's move on to the next one here. Oh, I did not want to do that. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's go to the next part. Okay, here's the next question. Making financial decisions involves indifference, emotions, attitudes, and behaviors, only logical analysis, or random activities. Okay, it looks like most people that are answering are getting that correct, okay? All right, some of you are saying you can't hear it and other people hear it. Yeah, it said you have to play it on your Nearpod. I'm trying to play it here for those that can't jump on the Nearpod. And if you need the Nearpod link, there it is right there. Okay, so emotions, attitudes, and behaviors are somebody that's going to be successful with money, okay? Okay, here's the next question. who is responsible for your financial decisions? Okay, my friends, the government, my mentors, myself. Okay, I'm hoping you guys get this one right. Okay, even though the government seems to be giving out a lot of money right now. Okay, I'm not sure they're responsible at how much you shop on Amazon, right? Or if you go out to eat every single day, it can cost a lot. Okay, let's go on with the last little bit of it. All right. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit of like what the videos will be like, okay, that you're watching and the questions that you'll get. So, um, let's see here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to have a little discussion. What are we talking about? Maybe explain a little more of your comment, your thing. Excuse me, but they are responsible on if you can live. I don't know who you're talking about. So, okay. Lesson one.
Me? You want me to explain the thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just didn't understand your chat comment. So,
Oh, basically, the government should at least give you enough money to be alive, like eat food, live in a shelter. I
okay.
mean, I don't spend any money on pretty much anything.
Hmm.
I don't go out ever. I don't like Starbucks, but I would probably still die.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of I guess a political debate there. Depending if you feel that the government should provide those basic necessities of life, right? And that's kind of back and forth. There are some programs out there that do help with that, and stuff like that. And then there are things like, okay, there's so much that we need to do as well to contribute to society, because if everybody was doing that and nobody put into society, right, taxes or stuff like that, so there has to be a balance. So, yep.
I mean, sure, I understand that,
Mhm.
but if people have enough money to live, that doesn't mean they're gonna stop working. That just means they're gonna be able to live. I mean, if I had enough money to live comfortably, I'd still try to work. I'm sure my mom would still try to work. She loves teaching,
Yeah.
etc. But killing people, not very much a solution. Or, well, not killing them, but leaving them to die.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that the government's responsibility too is to set up an environment, right, where we can be safe, where we can live, right, and stuff like that, right. And so they have that responsibility, and that's what we rely on government for, right. And then it kind of comes down to, okay, how much should the government, you know give people, right? You do have like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Where it's like, okay, we all have basic needs where we need to live and stuff like that. how much government involvement should there be and how much there shouldn't be. So I guess that is,
in my opinion, the basic needs, the shelter, food, basic needs, those basic needs. And then you can work for, I don't know, if you want a PlayStation, work for that. But the government should at least take care of, you know, you being alive. Same with the stupid healthcare system, where you pay or you die, and then if you pay and then don't have enough money, you die anyway from not being able to feed or yourself or find shelter.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of programs and out there and that kind of stuff. And, you know, maybe it's not even just the government's responsibility, but individual philanthropists, right? And other nonprofit organizations that could do that as well, right? So, you know, you got religious organizations, you got NGOs, you got all these nonprofit things that try to help in those kind of situations. So,
like, do you know what the Salvation Army funds? Like, leaving it up to corporations to take care of the people is very dumb, in my opinion, because they don't care about people. All they care about is profits. And speaking of people sitting on money and doing terrible things with it, billionaires, just point at all of the billionaires. They're just sitting on piles of money. They could probably make a Scrooge McDuck pool with all of it, and or well, like not even all of it, and they're just sitting on it because they can. It's like, and the government doesn't help, so because they don't care either. Their job isn't to help the people, it's more just to propagate itself and make sure that it continues existing.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a, you know, a good kind of, what we have a balance, that kind of stuff. But let's kind of move on and stuff. Let's talk about real quick on the Nearpod, if you want to, if you can put in, please. If you could buy anything in the world, what would it be? Okay. If you could buy anything in the world, no, you have no restraints. Money not a big thing. A gremlin for real? Okay. I'd buy all the fruit bags I could. Okay. A sloth. All right. I think that would take some money. I like that. That's a good picture right there. Land for animals to live comfortably and safe. Okay. Trips and lots of animals. Okay, what are you gonna do with your animals when you have to go on trips? Take it with you, I guess. Fishing gear. Okay, you'd buy Amazon. I guess you could be the new. I can't remember his name. That's the guy of Amazon, that Bozeman, right? Jeff Bozeman. You know, a super big house. Okay, very good. There's nothing I really want, so money. All right, cool. Yep, donating, like that individual philanthropy that I said before, right? That's a good thing. A van with home stuff, okay. I don't know, is that like a suit that you'd buy to wear or something? Or is that a game? I don't know. It is kind of a hard question. I know. Kind of makes you think a little bit. But let's move on to the, an island. I like that too. Okay, so here's a different one, okay? Why do you not go out and buy what you want? Why do you not go buy what you want? Gremlins aren't real, okay. I'm broke, okay. Don't have a job. I'm 14, have no money. I don't have that kind of money because I'm poor, okay? No money. Because they cost a lot of money and they're endangered. Okay. Because I have no money and can't drive. You must have said the car on there. Don't know how there's enough space and money. Okay. All right. So with access to money or credit, let's say that, because you're going to be getting into a point where you're going to be able to have a credit and be able to establish credit. And you could buy these things, right? And then for a little bit of money per month, you could have them, right? It's going to cost a lot more. But what would be the consequences if you did buy the item? Okay, so let's say you got $100,000 in credit. Okay, there would be debt. You'd need responsibility, right? What some people are saying. Okay, you'd be in deep debt. What would happen if you bought that nice car that you were talking about, right? And you couldn't pay for it? You know what would happen? Maybe if repossessed, right? And all the money put towards it, you'd lose it. I would work for quite a while. Yep. And you'd lose what you bought. You'd have to pay back the loan. Okay. Well, just kind of little things like that. So here's an example. I'll just tell you. This was not me. This is my brother. I'll throw my brother under the bus. Sorry. So he had a card he was using, and he didn't check how much he had in his bank account. And he was hungry. He saw a Burger King. Pulled up to a Burger King, bought like a Whopper meal, fries, all that fun stuff. And there wasn't enough money in the account. They ran it, and then the bank charged him another $15 overdraft fee, plus what it cost. So that meal cost him, $25, right? When it would have cost him $8. Or if he would have been able to be smart and would have managed his emotions, right? His behaviors, his attitudes, his habits, okay? So someone said, I would have a place to live. I would have to maintain it, and it actually, okay. Yeah, there's a lot that kind of goes on there with it. Okay, so basically, guys, this was just an introduction class, okay? This is just kind of show you how the class runs. Now, remember what you'll do, a couple things. Oh, of course, it's going to log me out. I'm going to click this, see if what happens. I'll be posting the videos here. Make sure you watch the calendar, see what is due coming up. This week, you need to do modules 1 and 2, okay? So if you head over here to the content, okay, you'll have modules 1 and 2 that you'll be doing right here. So there are, I think, 3 videos in module 1, 2 videos in module 2, and the same amount of quizzes, okay? We have live classes only on Mondays. Yep. Then you're expected to do other stuff, okay? All right, let me hit these questions real quick. I'm just going to stop sharing now, and I'll look at these questions that you guys have. Oh, something's going on with my computer. Okay. Yes, we are finished. It's going to be about half hour to 45 minutes thing. Live sessions are only on Monday. Sister was 5,000 the hold because she was 17 and yep, and you started using credit cards. Yep, you got to be careful. My sister did the same. Well, she didn't run away, but she just got a whole bunch of debt. Yes, you can go ahead in the class. Somebody asked that. I only have up to module 8 done, so I'll try to get those done this week, but after that, you can go ahead if you'd like. Your exit ticket is to get all your stuff done. Your modules 1 and module 2, okay? Quizzes, right? So, Rainey, if you go to the things, you got module 1 and module 2, okay? So I'm going to Module 1 and Module 2 in the course is what's due this week. It's due on Friday. Yep, all the quizzes I showed you. Okay, thanks everybody. Appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to stop the recording, I guess.